So let's discuss forces and Newton's laws of motion. So a force is either a push or a pull. That is the basic definition of a force. And technically, there are two types of forces. The general type. One is a contact force, and the other is action at a distance force. So it's either we call a contact or non-contact force. Contact forces arise from physical contact, and action at a distance forces do not require contact and include gravity and electrical forces. So pag inisip natin, we can imagine a lot of forces around us. So generally, we can define them as contact or non-contact force. So from the definition itself, it is very easy for us to determine if a force is contact or non-contact. Now, arrows are used to represent forces. So in our study, we will represent forces by an arrow. The length of the arrow is proportional to the magnitude of the force. So, for example, if 15 Newton, tapos 5 compared to 5 Newtons, so we'll try na naka-scale din. Kung 15 Newton, medyo mahaba-haba din. Then 5 Newton ay, of course, a bit shorter than 15 Newton so that we can try to analyze it better. So, mass. Mass is a measure of the amount of stuff contained in an object. In other references, mass is the total amount of matter in an object. So it's as if kung ilan yung solid, liquid, gas, uh, all the matter that consists an object. So yun yung mass. Okay. Let me just itong mass kasi minsan nalilito tayo sa physics. For example, ng mass at ng weight. Okay, mass versus weight. So, commonly kasi, for example, you are filling up a form at tinanong ka doon sa form, may nakalagay ay weight. Halimbawa, sa form, may nakalagay weight. Anong isasagot nyo sa form? Commonly, ang nakalagay, ilalagay mo, for example, ay 50 kilograms. But in physics, technically class, 50 kilograms is not weight. 50 kilograms is mass because the unit of mass is kilogram. The unit of weight is newtons. Why? Because, like in our definition, mass is the total amount of stuff or the total amount of matter contained in an object, where weight is the effect of gravity on the mass of an object. So, nagkakaroon lang tayo ng weight kapag nag-pull down na tayo ng gravity. Okay? So, itong weight na, for example, ginagamit natin kapag nag-fill up, technically, this is not your weight. This is your mass. So, how can we get the weight, if ever, uh, if ang mass mo, so this is not your weight, this is your mass. So, how can we get the weight? So, since weight is the effect of gravity on the mass of an object, then we can assume that weight is also a force. Force because of gravity. Okay? So, weight is also a force. This is a force because of gravity. We all know that force is mass times acceleration. So, later on, we will talk more about this. So, but weight is due to the effect of gravity on the mass of the object. Therefore, weight is mass times acceleration due to gravity. So this is our equation for weight of an object. So going back to our illustration, for example, your mass is equal to 10 kilogram, 50 kilograms. what is now your weight? So weight is equal to mass times gravity, where gravity is equal to 9.8 approximately meters per second squared. So if we will computing for the weight is equal to mass, 50 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second squared. So how much now is the weight? Oh, so let us compute for the weight of our illustration. So 50 times 9.8. This is approximately 490 newtons. So this is 490. So the unit will be kilogram meter per second squared, where kilogram meter per second squared is equal to Newton. So this is 490 newtons. So of course, nakasanayan na natin na pag nag-fill up tayo ng form, pag sinabing weight, ang nilalagay natin ay naka-kilograms. But technically, that is not your weight, but that is your mass. Again, mass is the measure of the amount of stuff contained in an object. Or again, in other references, it is the amount of matter in an object. And weight is the effect of gravity on the mass of an object. Kasi kahit meron kang mass, kapag walang gravity, walang naghahatag sa iyo pababa, wala kang weight. You are floating. Zero, zero ang weight mo. Okay? So, if you'll remember, one of the common example ng inaano natin on mass and weight. For example, you travel from Earth going to outer space. So, ano ang nagbabago sa iyo? Yung mass or yung weight? Of course, yung weight. Kasi yung mass, hindi naman nagbabago. Kasi hindi naman nabawasan yung amount of matter. But then, yung weight mo, nagbabago. Kasi yung gravity sa outer space ay nagbabago. Okay, so that's just the difference between mass and weight. Okay, so Newton's first law. An object continues in a state of rest or in a state of motion at a constant speed along a straight line unless compelled to change that state by a net force. So according to Newton's first law, an object at rest will remain at rest, or an object in motion will remain in motion unless acted by an external net force. So ang isang bagay ay mananatiling at rest, hindi gumagalaw. Or kaya naman, mananatiling gumagalaw unless merong mag-act sa kanya na force na pagalawin siya or patigilin siya sa paggalaw. Yun yung tinatawag nating net force, where net force is the vector sum of all the forces acting on an object. Okay. So, kaya nga, again, isa sa pinaka-common na ina-example natin dito ay, for example, pagsakay mo sa isang sasakyan or sa jeep. So, the moment na umandar yung jeep, ang tendency mo ay, umatras ba o umabante? Okay, of course, ang tendency mo kapag umandar na ang jeep ay mapatras. Bakit? Kasi hindi ka pa nakakapag-adjust doon sa velocity ng jeep. Technically, naka-zero ka. So, pag andar ng jeep, may iwan ka ng kaunti kasi hindi ka pa nakakapag-adjust kasi nag-start kayo sa zero. But the moment na naka-adjust ka na, you are already moving with the car. So, kapag tumigil naman yung car, pag, for example, nagpreno, ang tendency mo naman mapunta sa harap. Kasi nung nagpreno yung car, again, ang tendency mo ay hindi pa muna tumigil. So, magdidire-diretso ka. Okay. So, buti na lang may friction. Dahil sa friction, nakaka-adapt tayo sa velocity nung nasasakyan natin. Kasi kung walang friction, for example, or hindi ka nakahawak, tapos wala pang friction, pag andar nung jeep, maiiwan ka pag andar nung car. Or kaya pag tumigil naman yung car, ikaw hindi ka titigil, so titilapon ka papunta sa harap. Okay, so friction is an example of an external force acting on an object. Okay, isa yun sa mga external forces ang friction. So the net force of an object is the vector sum of all forces acting on the object. So net force, yun daw yung total na force acting sa isang object. So maraming tawag dyan. Meron tayong summation. It's either net force, net force, net force. Commonly, ito ay net ang nilalagay. Summation of forces. Summation of forces. Commonly, ang symbol naman nito ay ganito, sigma. Or meron din resultant force. Okay, so madalas sa problem, pag narinig nyo to, ito FR, they just mean the same thing commonly. Net force, summation of forces, or resultant forces. So, the SI unit of force is Newton, tulad nga ng nasabi natin kanina, where 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram meter per second squared. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, ang isang Newton na force, in-apply mo sa isang object na 1 kilogram will have an acceleration of 1 meter per second squared. Okay, so let us discuss net force. So, pag sinabing net force, yung total na forces acting on an object. For example, dito sa ating PowerPoint, ito, meron kang dalawang forces acting on the box sa object. So meron kang dalawang force, isang 4 Newton, isang 10 Newtons. Now, according to our previous discussions also, that force is a vector. Okay? Force is a vector. Ibig sabihin, ang forces or force, hindi lang may magnitude, kundi merong direction. So, ang force, kinoconsider natin ay magnitude and direction because force is a vector. So, for example, dito sa uh, figure natin, may dalawang forces, 4 newtons at 10 newtons. But since it's a vector, we will denote that all forces acting going to the right will be positive, and going to the left will be negative. So, ganun din kapag going up, positive. Kapag going down, ito ay negative. So, example, dito sa ating figure, if anuhin natin yung net force, F net, anuhin muna natin yung binigay sa atin. So, sabihin natin tong 4 newtons as F1, given, sabihin natin force sub 1 or F1 is 4 newtons. But since it is going to the left, let us denote that as negative 4 newtons. And F2 is positive 10 newtons because it is going to the right. So, getting the net force, F net. So, F net is the total of F1 and F2. F net is F1 plus F2. But F1 is negative 4 newtons plus 10 newtons. That is why the net force is 6 newtons. Okay? Kaya makikita nyo kapag isang single force na lang, kumbaga yun yung total na nag-act sa kanya, ito na yon na 6 newtons. Okay, itong 6 newtons na yan na yung net force. So kapag ang forces ay one direction, napakadali lang. Kasi it's just positive, negative. Kapag going to the right, positive. Kapag going to the left, negative. Kapag going up, positive. Kapag going down, negative. So, kahit ilang forces na yan, basta yung sign convention natin hindi magbabago, makukuha natin yung net force. Okay. So, paano naman pag ganito? Halimbawa, ito naman yung figure. Okay, ito naman yung figure natin. Dalawang forces, pero naka-perpendicular sa bawat isa. Ito kasing kaninang ano natin ay isang direction lang, horizontal. Ito naman ay dalawang direction. Isang going to the right at isang going up. So, from this illustration, what is now the net force? Tingnan mo natin ulit yung given. Ano ba yung given? Sabihin natin force 1, yung 3 newtons, positive, going up. At yung F2 ay 4 newtons, positive. So from this illustration, paano natin kukunin ngayon yung net force? So since it is a two direction, isang pataas at isang going to the right. Okay. Okay natin ang illustration. Let's say ito yung center, isang going up, 3 newtons, going to the right ay 4 newtons. So, asan talaga yung net force nito? So, for us, para ano natin, no? Ma-check natin, or we can have at least an assumption of our net force. Actually, pwede nating itong extend. Okay, pwede natin itong extend. Ito din. So, technically class, naandito talaga yung ang ating net force going into this direction. Okay, with an angle, of course. Let's say this angle is theta. Okay, so it is just a projection. So if this is 4 newtons, itong going to the right, so itong taas din, 4 newtons din yan. Kung ito 3 newtons, itong side na to, 3 newtons din yan. Okay, so if you will notice, ang nabuo nating shape ay right triangle. Okay, so if it is a right triangle, then applicable ang ating mga trigonometric laws. Yung mga napag-aralan natin sa trigonometry. So, unang-una, paano natin nahanapin ang F net? We are required to get the net force. So ito yun. Ito yun yung net force na to. Okay? Ito ang net force natin. Okay, this is our net force. So how can we get that net force? Now, looking at our figure, it is a right triangle. Therefore, we can use Pythagorean theorem. So, ano nga ang Pythagorean theorem? Okay. Wag niya akong bigyan ng a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared because that is not absolute. If you are talking about Pythagorean theorem, we give the definition. That Pythagorean theorem, according to Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. So, at this figure, alin dito ang hypotenuse? Of course, ang hypotenuse dito, yung net force, yung F net. Alin ngayon yung sides? O, yung F1, yung 3 newtons, at yung F2 na 4 newtons. Okay. So, let us now find F net. According to our definition of Pythagorean theorem, that the square of the hypotenuse, what is the hypotenuse? F net. The square of this is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is F1 and F2. Sum of the squares will be F1 squared plus F2 squared. So this is now the Pythagorean equation of our illustration. So for us to get F net, we square. We square this side of the equation and we also square this side of the equation. So the left side will just be F net. The right side would be the square root of F1 squared plus F2 squared. Okay, so let us now solve. This is the square root of F1 is 3 newtons squared plus F2 4 newtons squared. So we can disregard muna yung mga units. So this will be the square root of 3 squared is 9 plus 4 squared is 16. The square root of 25. Square root of 25 therefore is 5. So your F net is 5 newtons. But this is not the final answer because as we discussed, since force is a vector, a force has a magnitude and a direction. This 5 newtons is just the magnitude. We still need to get the direction. So how can we get the direction? So according to our illustration, kanina, we need to find this theta, this angle theta. How can we find this angle theta? Now, looking at our figure, we need to use trigonometric function. So, we have sine, cosine, and tangent. Actually, pwede na, kahit alin doon sa tatlo na yon, pwede na natin gamitin. Pwede natin gamitin yung sine, yung cosine, yung tangent. But of course, doon ako sa pinaka-strategic at safe, yung tangent. Bakit? Kasi sa tangent, yung dalawang given ang gagamitin ko. Yung 3 newtons, tsaka 4 newtons. Bakit? Tangent theta, tan theta is opposite over adjacent. The opposite is F1, the adjacent side is F2. So at least yung given ang ginamit ko. Sure ako na tama. Kasi kung yung F net ang gagamitin ko sa sine, kung gagamit ako ng sine or cosine, gagamitin ko yung F net. What if mali yung nakuha kong sagot sa F net? So mali na rin yung angle. So at least dito, sure ka na ang gagamitin mo ay yung given. Okay? So just use the most strategic trigonometric function. Kasi pwede naman actually. Though kadalasan ang ginagamit ay tangent. But I suggest kung ano yung mas strategic na trigonometric function, yun ang gamitin natin. So at this illustration, the most strategic function is tangent. Because again, tangent theta is opposite F1 over F2. Therefore, theta is arctangent F1 over F2. Again, our F1 is 3 newtons. So this is arctangent 3 over 4. 3 newtons over 4 newtons. So what is arctangent of 3/4 or 0.75? Let us compute. Arctangent of 3 over 4. So that is 36.869 or approximately 36.87 degrees. 36.87 degrees. Okay, so what is now our final answer? Our final answer for Fnet, okay, Fnet is 5 Newton with an angle of 36.87 degrees. But then we have to describe this angle. Okay, because it is a direction. 36.87 degrees, papunta saan? Okay, so we can use uh, this sign convention to describe this angle, 36.87. So kung gagamitin natin, for example, ang north, east, west, south, remember, yung 3 newtons natin ay nandito, at nandito yung 4 newtons, andito yung ating net force, ito yung theta. So kung andito yung angle, ano siya? Ito ay north of east. Etong direction na to, papunta dito ay north of east. So we can say that this is 36.87 degrees northeast. Or we can also describe it using the Cartesian coordinate plane. If this is your positive x, this is your negative x, north is positive y, south is negative y, then we can describe this angle as 36.87 degrees above the positive x axis. So we just described the exact direction. Okay, so our final answer would be 5 newtons, or F net is 5 newtons, 36.87 degrees north of east, or 36.87 above the positive x axis. So that's how we compute for net force if ganito ang figure. So, paano naman, for example, kapag ang forces mo ay nakaslant. Sabihin natin, meron kang dalawang forces. So, let us have this example. Okay, let's say the given is these two forces as shown. Let's say we have two forces. Let's say F1, 10 newtons, 10 newtons, angle 30 degrees, north of east. At meron tayong F2. Sabihin natin ito yung F2 equal to 20 newtons at an angle of 60 degrees. So, dalawang forces pero naka-diagonal. Okay? Hindi siya lying on the axis, hindi siya horizontal lang or vertical. So, kapag ganito na yung forces natin, gamit tayo ng components method. We need first to find the components of these forces. Pag sinabing components, meron tayong tinatawag na horizontal component or x component. Meron din tayong tinatawag na vertical component or, okay, the horizontal or x, the vertical component, or the y component. So, paano? Isa-isahin natin ngayon yung forces natin. Sabi natin, F1 is 10 newtons at an angle of 30 degrees north of east. At meron naman tayong F2 na 20 newtons, 60 degrees south of east. So, i-table natin para mas makita natin yung mga forces. So, we have the forces, F1, F2, then we are looking for F net, the X component, and the Y components. For F1, let us consider F1. F1, consider F1. So, ito daw yung F1. F1 is 10 newtons, angle 30 degrees. So, if we will project itong F1, ito yung kanyang X component. Sabihin natin F1X. Ito naman ang kanyang Y component. Sabihin natin F1Y. This is F1X. Etong sa taas na to ay F1X din. Ito din sa kanan na to ay F1Y din. So, this is also equal to F1Y. So, if we'll try to look at the figure, etong F1, ito yung hypotenuse. Okay, ito yung hypotenuse na 10 newtons. So, paano natin nahanapin itong X component na F1X, tapos itong Y component na F1Y? So, gamit tayo ng, again, trigonometric function. Sine, cosine, or tangent. So, to get F1X, ano ang strategic na trigonometric function na gagamitin natin? Of course, cosine. Because F1X is the adjacent side. So, cosine 30 degrees is equal to adjacent side, F1X, over hypotenuse, which is equal to F1. Therefore, F1X is equal to F1 cosine 30 degrees, where F1 is equal to 10 newtons, according to our illustration. 10 newtons times cosine 30 degrees. So, what is 10 cosine 30? 10 cosine 30 is equal to 8.66 newtons. This is 8.66 newtons. But let us consider direction. F1X is going to the right, going in this direction. Okay, going in this direction. Therefore, this F1X is positive. Positive 8.66 newton. Okay, lagay natin sa table. Positive 8.66 newton. How about for F1Y? So, to get for F1Y, again, we use trigonometric function. Ngayon, ang pinaka-strategic ng trigonometric function, of course, is sine. Because sine 30 involves now the opposite side, which is F1Y. The opposite of 30 degrees is F1Y all over F1. So, F1Y is F1 sine 30 degrees. F1 is 10 newtons times sine 30 degrees. Therefore, F1Y sine 30 is 0.5. Therefore, F1Y is 5 newtons. Again, let's consider the direction. Saan papunta yung F1Y mo? Going upward. Therefore, it is a positive Y component. So, this is positive 5 newton. Okay, so ilagay uli natin doon sa table. Positive 5 Newton. Now let us consider F2. Consider F2. Consider force 2. So, yung F2 naman natin ay ganito. F2 equal to 20 newtons at an angle of 60 degrees. So, kung ipo-project natin itong para makuha natin yung component. Ito naman yung component ng F2 going on this direction. This is F2x and ito naman yung going down is your F2y. So, we apply the same process tulad ng sa F1. So, to get F2x, anong gagamitin nating function? Of course, cosine. F2x, because the x is the adjacent side, F2x therefore is F2 cosine 60 degrees, where F2 is 20 newtons. Okay, cosine 60 is also equivalent to sine 30. So, this is 10 newtons. Let us confirm. 20 times cosine 60. Okay, 10 newtons. F2x. But then, considering the direction going to the right, F2x, so this is positive. Lagay natin sa table. F2x, positive 10 newtons. So, for y, gamit ulit tayo ng sine. Okay, for F2y is F2 sine 60, where F2 is 20 newtons times sine 60 degrees. Okay, so ilan naman ang 20 sine 60? 20 sine 60 is 17.32. 17.32 newtons, F2y. But again, let us consider the direction of F2y. Okay, F2y is going downward. Okay, F2y is going downward, therefore F2y is negative. So, let's put it on our table. F2y is negative 17.32. F2y negative 17.32 newtons. So, let's add these x components of F1 and F2 and the y components of F1 and F2, because this will give us an idea of the x component of the net force, F net x and F net y. Because if we will add all the x component, this will be your F net x and this will be your F net y. So like for example, dito 8.66 plus 10, this is positive 18.66 newtons. So this is your F net x. And for F net y, 17.30, negative 17.32, I mean positive 5 plus negative 17.32, this is negative 12 point, negative 12.32 newtons. Okay, so this gives me an idea that the component of the net force for the x component is going to the right and the y component is going down, 12.32. So if we will consider getting the net force, The net force will look like this. F net. Consider F net. So the F net will be positive X, 18.66. F net X, positive 18.66 Newton. And F net Y in this direction, F net Y, which is by magnitude is 12.32 newtons, negative, going down. So if you will project this again, so ito talaga ang ating F net going in this direction. Let's say this is the angle theta. So how can we get for F net? Okay, so let's use Pythagorean theorem, because F net would be again the square root of F net X squared plus F net Y squared. Looking at our figure. Okay, so how much now is F net? The magnitude, let's compute, is the square root of F net X, where F net X is 18.66 squared plus negative 12.32 squared also. So the net force is approximately 22.36 Newton. But then again, this is not our final answer, because we still need to get this angle theta. Okay, we need to get this angle theta. So again, what is now the most strategic? So we can choose. Let's choose again tangent as our trigonometric function to get the direction of this net force. Let's say tangent theta. Tangent theta is equal to opposite of this angle is F net Y. F net Y all over the adjacent F net X. So F net Y, according to our table na nakuha natin kanina, F net Y is negative 12.32. Negative 12.32 newtons. And ito naman ay 18.66. Okay, so what is now the angle? Let's just input it in our calculator. Shift tan of negative 12.32 over 18.66. So the angle now is negative 33.43 degrees. So therefore, our final answer for F net with magnitude and direction, F net force is equal to 22.36 Newton. F net is 22.36 Newton with an angle of negative 33.43 degrees. Anong ibig sabihin ng negative? So, ibig sabihin, from the x-axis, it is going down. We will measure an angle going down. Kasi kapag mula sa positive x-axis going down, the angle is negative or it is clockwise. Kapag counterclockwise naman or from the positive x-axis pataas, ang angle natin ay positive. So we can describe it as a positive angle or negative angle, or we can again describe this as 33.43 degrees below the positive x-axis. So 33.43 degrees below the positive x-axis, or this is 33.43 degrees south of east. Okay, so any of this description of the angle is correct. So this is now our net force. So see, medyo effort kapag meron ng x and y components, pero kapag nagamay nyo naman na kung paano mag-solve nito, pag nasanay na kayo ay madali lang. So we can actually confirm this using our calculator. So using our calculator, we can confirm if tama yung mga nakuha nating sagot by just inputting all our given vectors to the calculator. So how can we confirm this? Let us convert the mode of our calculator to its complex mode. So mode, then complex is 2. CMPLX, mode 2. So we are now in complex. So according to our given, force number 1, F1, is 10 newtons with an angle. So how can we input the angle? Shift, then itong sign, ito sa may A. The angle is 30 degrees. Plus, our second force, 20 newtons, 20, again, shift, A, the angle is negative 60. Why negative 60? Kasi yung angle natin kanina, 60 degrees pababa. Negative 60 degrees. So, the answer, ang ibibigay sa ating answer ay naka-rectangular mode. Naka-rectangular mode yan. Yung sa next, i-discuss ko later on what is rectangular mode. Yung merong imaginary, real, and imaginary. Kasi ang complex, we can express it in rectangular mode or we can express it in polar. The rectangular units and polar units. So let us convert this to polar para makita natin itong Fnet by magnitude and direction. So this answer, convert natin to polar. Pindutin uli natin yung shift, then press 2, shift 2, itong complex. Then convert it to polar, itong number 3. R, then theta. 3. Answer, convert to polar. So, the answer would be, pindot natin tong SD. So, if you'll try to look at the calculator, the magnitude is 22.36, the same ng nakuha natin, and the angle is negative 33.43. Okay, so napakadali lang kapag sa calculator. But of course, during our evaluation, I will require you to have a solution. So, but at least, if you know how to use your calculator, you can already confirm if yung solution mo ay tama or mali. Your answer ay tama o mali. Tama kung tama yung ginawa mong solution. So, by confirming in our calculator, we can see na tama ang nakuha natin. 22.36 degrees at 22.36 Newton with an angle of negative 33.43 degrees. So, that's how we solve for vectors. So, nakita natin kanina, tatlong situation. First, yung vector kapag one-dimensional lang, no? It's either puro horizontal lang or puro vertical. Napakadali lang nun. Kasi again, mag-a-assign lang tayo. Going right positive, going left negative, going up positive, going down negative. Nakita din natin yung situation kapag ang vectors ay nag-create ng right angle. So, nag-Pythagorean theorem lang tayo and we use trigonometric function. And this third scenario is that we have two forces, diagonal forces with components. Merong x and y components or the horizontal and the vertical components. So, medyo mahaba yung solution natin kapag mano-mano. But again, kapag nasanay na kayo, mas mapapadali na yan, no, ang pag-solve nyo. And using calculator, you can already confirm kung tama o mali yung sagot. Okay, so you can trace if ever mali, you can trace it along the your solution kung saan kayo doon nagkamali. So that's how we solve for forces. Then, so our next discussion will be about rectangular and polar units. So we'll discuss it on another video lecture. Thank you so much.